Portugal, there's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need to know. Carl rings the bell and a member show to the GMP Morning Show.
Olá Bom Dia ALEGRIA, Munson here with a Good Morning Portugal show, live stream and podcast. How are you today on this sexta-feira? It is the 14th of March. It is let's face it, we can mark ourselves safe on social media from the lunar eclipse that occurred a few hours ago. Is everybody okay? Richard Allen joining me in just a moment. You're looking good, Rich. And the amazing, we've not seen her before, but we've got Raquelita La Fantastica. I don't know if she's a relative of Chicken Tikka, but we'll find that out a little bit later on, because she is going to be part of the St. Patrick's Day celebrations at the Prohibition Bar. We've not met her before. Rich will be telling us a little bit about that in a few minutes, and then she'll be joining us to tell us how it is, an English comedian. They used to say comedienne, didn't they? That might be sexist now. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't approach that with her. Maybe I should. Let's see. We're going to find out how it is that an English comedian is hosting a St. Patrick's Day celebration. Awkward. Right, Coach Turner was in earlier on. Bom dia, Gumpers e feliz sexta-feira. A good training session yesterday had me thinking about investing time on our health. So that's going to be the subject of the next God Squad Growing Old Disgracefully video. Hope it'll help. I'm sure it will. Deagle also in. Bom dia, Carl and Gumpers from another dry Belfast. Now 13 days no rain. Wow. We've had 2 days without rain here. That's a record. I've had a second-hand umbrella not used in a while. More blue skies. Aren't second-hand umbrellas the best when you've just found it somewhere and you can't even remember why? You picked up an old lady's brolly on a bus, maybe, Deagle. Poor old lady. More blue skies, cool 2 degrees, should be an okay 9 today. JMC in with a Bon Dia, Rapaziada, and João Ernesto de Norte, where there have been some brilliant pictures, thanks to Owen, of the lunar eclipse. We'll show you those in just a moment. Olá Bom Dia ALEGRIA, Portugal. Yes, up since 4 o'clock this morning, but well worth it. It certainly was. I'll show those pictures in just a moment. Thank you, Owen, for thinking of us. Blood moon, full lunar eclipse this morning at 6:30. Did you see it? Owen did. I've got some pictures to catch up on, actually. One from João de Norte himself. And thank you to whoever sent me this picture of a blue sky. I'm thinking, why was I sent a picture of a Ford Focus, is it? And Mackie D's to the left. It's the blue sky in the distance. That's what threw me. Remember that, everybody? We had some of that on the beach yesterday. Let me just share this with you. If you've been missing the sun and being able to go to the beach, I've got 15 seconds of pure gorgeousness for you right now. Hallelujah. Wasn't that amazing? And that's my little granddaughter calling me mama there as well. Fantastic. Right. This was the lunar eclipse. That's one of Owen's photographs from, last night. And we'll show you the sequence that brought us to this morning. And the question with the lunar eclipse, because the moon represents our unconscious, doesn't it? And the unconscious itself was obscured. So it was the most sort of dark we can be psychologically, spiritually. So what is emerging from the darkness is the big question today. Never mind about all the world news. What does it mean for humanity? Our ancestors used to be absolutely terrified when they would see a lunar eclipse. Most of us in this modern age were sleeping whilst that was happening, not even know it was occurring, if not for Owen, for example. So there's the picture of it beginning last night, and then fabulous picture there. The moon obscured by the earth. I believe that's how it happens. I could demonstrate it to you with tennis balls if I had some in a football, but I think you get the picture. And there we go. That's this morning. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you so much, Owen, for these lovely photographs from this morning. And look, there is the this. I think that was. Well, let me just tell you what. Give you the legends here. Yeah, just before sunrise, the one you're looking at the moment. Absolutely wonderful. Looking out towards the Atlantic, ready for the eclipse, is this one here. Superb work. Well done. Thank you very much indeed, Owen. They are superb. I wonder if you're putting a video together of those so that we can enjoy them in a little more of a leisurely manner. Yesterday, of course, we were talking about washing dirty linen in public and how it is whenever you go to wash your stuff at the local village lavanderia there's always somebody making a documentary, the guy on the right there. And old school, even more old school. And I'm looking forward to more weather like this so I can go and wash my smalls in the local stream. Wondering about what soap to use so as not to destroy the local environment. But look, there's a lady there cleaning her, I don't know what it looks like, a blanket collection, washing them in the stream and drying them on the side. There isn't that an amazing little vignette of Portugal right there. Okay, let's give him a nice big round of applause and bring him onto the show. Haven't seen him for a little while. Rich, how you doing?
Good morning. Really well, thank you very much. Beautiful morning at last.
Isn't it? Just look at you in your blue sky there. And of course, the last time I think we saw each other, we were on the TV, weren't we? That was great, Rich. Thank you for sending me that clip of us on the telly.
Yeah,
you
no
having
problem.
a conversation would be superb.
Yeah, I haven't seen it all yet, actually. So, but it's very strange when you're walking around Leclerc now and somebody comes up to you and says, "Oh, you're that bloke off the telly, aren't you?"
We are so
graced. The program.
It's very show busy this morning because Raquelita La Fantastica, sister of Chicken Tikka, I think, is joining us. She didn't like that. It's joining us this morning for the St. Paddy's Day celebration, which I think you're having at your place on Sunday. Tell us about that, Rich.
Yeah, we've opted for Sunday because, as you know, Carl, Sundays are our big music days and entertainment days. So we decided to just put it a day early because we weren't sure how many people would be out on Monday morning anyway. So we've got a great day planned. It's around the theme of our normal Sundays, but we've got, as you said, a wonderful comedian as well coming up to see us again, who's already been at once before and went down really, really well. We've got a very eclectic semi-Irish band who's opening up tomorrow, made up of Bill, who is half Irish, half Geordie. Very difficult man to understand, I can tell you.
Right.
I can understand all the local Portuguese way better than I can understand him.
Right.
And we've got Brimble, who's a bit Irish American, and Eusebio, a Portuguese, absolutely not Irish piper. So they'll be kicking off the day as a little trio. Yeah, and Eusebio's great. He's a luthier, but he plays, I think it's around 8 different instruments.
Wow.
He's forming part of this trio, and they'll be opening up about 1 o'clock on Sunday. And then Rachel will be on, and she'll be giving us all of her beautiful comic addresses and jokes. And then we've got the wonderful Nelson Rodriguez and Blowout seeing us through into the evening. So, yeah, really, really looking forward to it, and plenty to enjoy on Sunday.
Right, we'll talk to her in just a moment. Raquelita La Fantastica. I can say it, Raquelita. Don't worry, I have been able to so far. Well, I guess the big build-up will tell if I have got that right. And if you're introducing her, that's a bit difficult, isn't it, Rich, to be introducing the fabulous Raquelita? Yeah, okay, you're practicing.
Raquelita Fantastica.
I think you've got to put a la in there in the middle as well.
You're right.
She's done it on purpose. Guinness will be flowing, I take it.
Oh, we've got a really good deal on Guinness. We're going to be doing Guinness at €5 a pint. And I don't think you can get Guinness anywhere at €5 a pint anymore. You certainly can't get it in Ireland.
Yeah, it's 6, isn't it? And generally speaking, is the benchmark, I think. So that's a good deal.
I think. I mean, Temple Bar, you're probably paying $10.50 now, I would think. I haven't been there for a while, but I would think it's really expensive. And we've got a beautiful chef's going to make. Alex, our great chef, is going to make a really authentic Irish stew with both lamb and mutton, and it's going to be really nice. And we're going to pop that out at just under a tenner as well. So it should be a great day.
That sounds absolutely wonderful. It's almost like a drink 5, get 6, get 1 free, isn't it? Sort of like 6 for the price of 5 on the Guinness there. Wonderful. And Irish stew and that wonderful lineup of talent. And we'll be speaking to one of your performers, Raquelita La Fantastica, in just a moment. What else is all right? Fantastic. Okay, we've got it. Thanks, Mr. S. You've already got a fan here, Raquelita. What else is happening at Prohibition before you go, Rich?
It's a dad, I think that's coming on there.
Or the agent. Mr. S is an agent, maybe. Yeah, what else is going on at Prohibition?
Oh, lots. It's been an incredible ride this year. We're coming up to our 1 year anniversary as well. So we've got a lot happening. We've got some Fardo this Friday night. Our Sundays continue to be as popular as ever. We've been balancing the weather and whether we're in a part of a tent and part of the bar. But we are building a new extension as well already on the back to extend the indoor space with sides that open. That will be really helpful for us throughout the winter because some of the Sundays we literally couldn't get everybody in the bar. So we lost some trade for
what
that.
a nice problem to have. Incredible.
Yes,
so ever popular. Yep.
It is a nice problem, and we've effectively got quizzes on twice a month, darts on twice a month, karaoke twice a month, a great music jam twice a month as well. So that there's always something going on, and the team that's running the bar now, headed by Alex, the head chef and manager, they're wonderful, and Miguel, our great cocktail and very flamboyant cocktail bar manager, he's putting in a cocktail in the chocolate festival competition, which he designed yesterday. Yes, so it's going to be called Chocolatey Fields, hopefully forever, and he gets through to the final. So he's
very good.
We're excited about that too.
Well, so congratulations. Stay on the screen with us. We're going to bring on the fabulous. This is what you got to do on Sunday, I think. It is the amazing Raquelita La Fantastica, everybody.
Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Good morning to you. Let's have a 3-cam on the screen here this morning. Yes, lovely for you to. Well, thank you so much for being here. It's lovely to see you on the screen here. Raquelita La Fantastica. You'll be part of the lineup for St. Patrick's Day, St. Paddy's Day on Sunday. I think you're English, aren't you? Isn't that a bit awkward?
Yeah, I think Richard basically scraped the bottom of the whiskey barrel and found me at the bottom.
That's not true.
And I know it can be perceived as quite insensitive, 800 years of repression. So I reckon the Irish can probably handle a couple of hours of me at the end of that. And I think Richard's scraped together partly Irish people.
Yeah. Oh, Richard, I've got to go. Yes. So, and Raquelita La Fantastica, we can see you in Lisbon on several nights of the week. You're pretty popular in the capital, aren't you? I hear you went down well, as it were, in Óbidos, but you're a big performer and a regular performer in the capital.
Yeah. So here in Lisbon, there's English comedy every single night of the week, from open mics to showcases. Yeah. So it's really popular. There's a big sort of group, about 30 of us now. And this week, the weekend just gone, we had a whole stand-up Europe comedy festival. So we had 90 comedians from around the world that came over. So that's why I'm speaking a bit like Rich, actually, at the moment. Bit rough voice going on there.
He always sounds so rock and roll whenever he joins us.
It does. It's all that singing.
Yeah.
I wish it was the singing. I have to say that it probably was having a few too many drinks with some friends yesterday that's left me like this morning.
Did you test out the chocolatey cocktails?
Yeah, well, I had to have a go on the Guinness to make sure it was fresh and crispy for some.
Oh, yes. All in the interest of public safety. Very good. Duck in with the Bon Dia ALEGRIA. So that's great news about Lisbon. Is it becoming a bit of a comedy capital then, Raquelita?
Yeah, it really is. It's been over the last, say, 7 years. There's been a few people that have just really grabbed the ball by the reins, and now there's a couple of bars that just focus only on doing comedy. So there's Lisboa Comedy Club. Everyone will probably know. Sundays there. So I'm often there. There's Selva Comedy Cafe. They do Tuesday showcases and other ones. And then there's Chafarique's, or I don't know. Do you guys know Chafarique's? It used to be a famous jazz bar in the kind of 90s. And so they do music and Chafarique's, so the Republic of Comedy. They're there. And that's pretty much every night of the week. So that keeps me busy. Obviously, it doesn't. I'm not a full-time comedian because it doesn't pay me the money to live in the lifestyle that I would like, unless the lifestyle I choose would be homelessness, and in which case then I'd be okay.
Right. And I mean, presumably you can be a bit of a diva when you rock up, though. At the Prohibition, for example, chocolatey cocktail. I think
diva, me? No.
Raquelita La Fantastica does lend itself, I think, to being a little bit demanding, possibly. What would you say is your niche or your angle in the comedy world?
Yeah, so it's true life sad stories on dating disasters.
Oh, excellent.
Yes. However, I'm going to share a story on Sunday of, some maybe a hopeful love story that's kind of blooming at the moment.
Oh,
So you have
nice.
to come down to watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah, real life stories. I've traveled quite a lot, so things like that. And genuinely a little bit of a crass humor, but also down at the Prohibition Bar, it's just talking to the locals and the people, the owners and everything, and just sort of making them feel comfortable and getting them to tell us their stories about why they're here in Portugal.
Wonderful. How did you, by the way, how did you get to be here in Portugal?
Yeah, so I worked for an Irish company. Okay, so and they asked me to come over here to set up a business. So I did that, and of course we've probably heard of Brexit, guys, right? So things came a little bit more difficult to stay, right? Schengen visas and everything. Anyway, so I decided to stay, and then it got so big that they fired me.
Oh, okay. You're a victim of your own success, basically.
Yeah, but I was delighted, so I decided to stay, and I still freelance for them now.
Right.
So yeah, it wasn't on the move. I was living in Spain quite happily. I'd been living in Ireland quite happily, and then they said, "Hey, go over to Portugal," and I thought, this is all right, isn't it? It's all right, lads.
Isn't it just? And I think the expat scene is quite a rich theme of comedy as well. You meet some characters, and I suspect there's be quite a gathering of them, a concentration at the Prohibition on Sunday.
Yeah.
What have you got any observations about expat life and being an immigrant? We know us high-end immigrants, as I think it's safe to call ourselves, have been blamed for the election, almost, it would seem, as was reported in the UK Telegraph yesterday. High-end immigration apparently blamed for some of the political trouble and strife here in Portugal. Have you any observations about being an expat, or looking? It's probably easier to look at others, isn't it, than for us to look at ourselves?
Don't look in the mirror, do we?
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Well, I mean, what I haven't read the article, but I presume it was around the housing crisis, right?
Digital nomads, that's right. Yeah, digital nomads are being blamed, causing a lot of trouble. I don't get it, and I think it's one of those stories that the further it's gone out of the country, the more twisted it's become for the sake of a particular agenda. So we needn't worry too much about it.
And if anything, so I see a lot of people coming through, transient people, but if anything, I think digital nomads are choosing other countries now, or they're down in Madeira, for example. Right. I wouldn't class myself as a digital nomad, but I do know when I tried to move here 2.5 years ago, I thought this is going to be really affordable to live in the center on my own. And then it took me 6 months to find somewhere, and now I realize actually it is even not affordable for me. Yeah. So I guess, I mean, imagine being Portuguese having to deal with that.
There is a sweet spot, isn't there, in moving to a country they're talking about having an enviable cost of living. All right, fantastic. Paddy's Day, St. Paddy's Day celebrations. Officially, it's Monday, isn't it? But you're bringing it forward so you can have a celebration on Sunday, Rich. Guinness at €5 a pot, Irish stew, and a fantastic lineup, including Raquelita La Fantastica here. Where else can people see them? What's your schedule for the next few days or weeks or months or so? Or where can we see you in a one of your fixtures, your regular fixtures, monthly fixtures, Raquelita?
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram at Raquelita Fantastica without the L. All you need to do is put in RAQUE, and I'm generally coming up there as well. So I'll be at Republic of Comedy, Selva Comedy Cafe on Sunday after the gig. Unfortunately, I can't drink all the Guinness with you, Rich, because I have to get back to Lisbon to do a gig at the Cultura Lounge.
Rock and
in
roll.
Lisbon, which is a shisha lounge, or as they say on their advertising, it has top class hookers.
And you're heading there?
Okay. Yeah, and I've tried that joke a few times, and it's gone down like a lead balloon. But no, so actually, for me, the highlight's going to be on Sunday. I'm really hoping to get a warm Irish welcome rather than a speedy
like a warm
Irish goodbye, right?
Yeah, yes, both world famous. I think.
Carl, I'm just really glad actually that Raquelita is coming up, because she's had some toils, and as you've heard, the places she works, her love life And I'm glad your love life's going better now, my darling. But I am sure that there's money involved. So that's just been confirmed
What?
now from what she's just said.
Oh, that's a naughty and awkward moment to finish on. But hopefully,
Yeah.
we'll see you on a more regular basis. You give him a thump on Sunday.
I
Hopefully, we'll
She
see you on a
will.
more. Will you come back and see us, Raquelita? Maybe think about keeping us up to date with what's going on in the comedy world in Portugal and in Lisbon on a monthly basis, perhaps.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. Thanks,
Oh,
Carl,
wonderful.
for the invite.
All right, excellent. Have a fantastic time Sunday, both of you. And Raquelita,
We
we'll see you,
will.
and Richard, no doubt, as well. And the chocolate festival coming out. I have to pop over and see you for that. Have a great weekend. The sun is out. Lovely to meet you, Raquelita. Great to see you, Rich. Take care. Bye for now. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye,
bye-bye.
everyone.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
There they go. Sunday night, or Sunday day, actually, afternoon and evening, the St. Patrick's Day celebrations at the Prohibition Bar in Obidos. Make sure you get along there. Not least for the Raquelita La Fantastica, but Fantastica prices on Guinness as well. €5 ago, €5 ago. What am I talking about? €5 ago. I got a little bit of oh, hey, Rich. I got a little bit of a comedy sketch about learning the Portuguese language, which Filomena, who's joining us in just a moment, may or may not appreciate. But we need all the help we can get when it comes to learning Portuguese. So here we go. I won't disclose the identity of the person who sent this to me, just in case it goes down very badly. See what you think.
How about the Portuguese in this beautiful city? Any Portuguese here? There we go. Portuguese, I love it. I love the amazing restaurants and that beautiful language. It's not the sexiest language in the world, but it's probably the easiest language to learn. If you speak English, you speak Portuguese. You just have to add ish after every word you say in English. Like if you say, I'm going to the store to pick up some potatoes, it becomes, gosto de stores pick up patatas. There we go. You speak Portuguese, my friend. You're on your way to Portugal.
You see, it is easy after all. What you moaning about? Filomena, good morning to you. It is easy, isn't it?
Of
When you
course,
put-
it's
when you put
very,
it like
very
that.
easy. Bom dia. Bom
Olá,
dia a
bom dia, tudo
todos.
bem, tudo bem.
Yeah, I knew that I have seen that video before. Yes, and yes, of course, it's just adding ish and then
That's right. Patatas. He chose a particularly easy
yeah,
example.
instead of you said patatas.
Patatas. Right, okay. Which is very important with St. Patrick's Day coming up on Monday and celebrations on Sunday that we were just talking about there. A first question is coming in. Let's first of all see how you're doing. This is what we're all about when Filomena joins us on the first Friday of every month. We are now officially in the
And
Good
a
Morning
shiny one today.
Isn't it amazing? It feels like it's been a really long time, Filomena. Has it been raining forever in Miranda de Corvo?
Yes, it has. It has been raining and raining and raining. Yeah.
Yes. It's but a little bit of sunshine today. Did you have some yesterday as well?
Yeah, some rain, sunshine, and then rain, and then sunshine.
Yes.
A little bit of each.
Right. Enjoy it, folks. I think it is returning to that rainy stuff for a little while longer. But we will have days. There will come a time where we just forget all about that.
Of course.
It will
And
just
then we
feel like-
complain about the heat and how hot it is, and then
Don't you
we'll
worry.
we keep complaining and moaning all the time.
I will be the first to complain when it's getting too hot. Don't worry. And hoping for cooler days. Mush patatas. There you go. JMC's on it. And
Potatoes.
this relates to the question. We have a bit of a theme this morning, don't we, that comes up with your students that actually is well connected with this, Mr. S. So well done. And a few cultural events that you sent me to share as well, Filomena. So we'll make sure we cover those. So we've got about 35 minutes in which to learn more about the Portuguese language and culture. So get your questions on the screen, if you will. Alas, and ironically, João Ernesto Donot has to leave early because of a rescheduled language class at the ungodly hour of 9 in the morning. That does sound very tough. We're going to need a lot of Portuguese coffee, I think.
Well, every day I start my lessons at 9 o'clock every day.
Before the
Yeah.
cafes even open. Right. Most English words ending in ION, estación, station, for example, have had a Portuguese counterpart for a very long time. They get a bastão, congestion, Thank you for those examples there, Pete. Complaining about the weather sounds very British. Of course, I have to hold up, as well as eating Marmite and eating ginger nut biscuits, I have to complain about the weather as well. It's the law. Right, Filomena, this theme for today, then, this is what you bring to us is one of the themes that's coming up for your students, of course. What are we looking at today, among other
James.
things?
Well, I thought that because we have we have sung some songs, we have spoken about culture, we have spoken about celebrations in Portugal, but we haven't covered a lot of grammar, have we?
Oh, okay.
And
The time
grammar
had to
is
come.
so
It had to come.
exciting.
Yes, I've been dreading this moment.
So today we could cover something that it puzzles lots of people, which is when to use the lhe. You know, the LHE, lhe,
Yep.
and lhes in the plural with an S.
Okay.
So when to use that lhe, and also because sometimes you also have another pronoun, which is the u and a, so
course.
the o or the a, and so that is probably a bit confusing, and so that's what we could speak about today a
Very
little
good.
bit.
Excellent. That and anything else that you want to bring up. Yes, Pete's
Yes.
glad to see that we're doing grammar today as well. And I think that's called spring. Oh, what, when the weather improves? Yes.
Probably.
Clouds, rain. No, really, James, it has been confirmed. Oh, actually, I was going to say an official Portuguese source. Yes, let's go with the official Portuguese source of Deagle, who told me in Belfast, who told me that it's been the worst or the wettest winter for 30 years here in Portugal. So I think I have been vindicated finally. It's not normal. Those things, as you report them there, are normal, but in such intensity and for so long, perhaps not. No, stop it, Pete. Stop talking about it. Doesn't need much encouragement, does he? Okay, so could you tell us more then, Filomena, about this particular matter, this grammatical manner?
The matter, as you say,
Yes.
is called in Portuguese. Okay, let's see. The name in Portuguese is pronomes pessoais de complemento direto e pronomes pessoais de complemento indireto. Right?
Obviously. Right.
Just by the name, it's so exciting. So then let's start with some examples, with some sentences. So, for example, I'm going to write down because it's easier.
Yep, we'll stick them on the screen for you. Not a problem.
So, if for example, if you say a Maria, wait, a Maria. Why am I not writing a capital M? Okay, a Maria leva o filho à escola. Okay, so let's start with that sentence.
I'm going to bring it onto the screen for you now.
A Maria leva o filho à escola. So Maria takes her son, because we say the son, to school. So we say to the. That's why a with an accent. So
Okay.
Maria takes her son to school. A Maria leva o filho à escola. So if we can rewrite this saying a Maria leva-o à escola. Okay?
The first interesting thing to note here, and it's a good habit to get into, isn't it, is how with this first example, a Maria is like the Maria takes
the Maria, yes,
takes the son or filho
to the school,
but it's not a escola, is it? It's a to school rather than to the school.
No, a escola is literally to the school, because
all in
is
one
two
word.
things together, right?
Okay,
the a with an accent is the preposition so to, plus the article because it's a feminine word, escola, the. So it's both to the, you join a plus a, you add them up, and then you put the accent on the A. So
Very good.
a escola. So literally, this is the Maria
Yeah.
takes the son to the school.
Yes. Okay. A escola there. Right. Okay. Shall I put the other example onto the screen now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we say a Maria leva-o à escola, so remember that the previous sentence was a Maria leva o filho à escola. A Maria leva o filho à escola. Now, this one, a Maria leva-o à escola, the O there is replacing the whole thing, o filho, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Is replacing. So Maria takes him to
Yes.
school. A Maria leva-o à escola.
Okay.
So that is takes him. Okay. Now, another example to see the difference. So, Maria. I'm thinking of an example that in English might be a bit similar. So, a Maria deu bolo ao filho.
Okay.
Ok? A Maria deu bolo ao filho.
Okay. Just popping that onto the screen now.
A Maria deu bolo ao filho, so that means that Maria, the Maria, gave a cake. Okay, it's not healthy, you're going to say, but Portuguese love cakes. So Maria.
Well, not only that, but filho is also the name of a cake as well.
Filho. That is
Filho.
filho,
All right.
Carl, with an accent on the O. Different.
Yes.
The accent is
That's
very
Pete's fault,
important.
not mine. Yeah, okay. And I was in a cafe recently, and I asked if it was a filho or a sonhos, and I was told definitely sonhos, because they do look quite similar, don't they? To be fair.
Yes, filhos and yes, and sonhos. But the difference between filho. Let's go to the pronunciation now.
Yeah.
The difference between filho and filhó.
Okay.
And we can have that in written, maybe. Okay.
And that's helping Pete this morning. What is the difference in pronouncing the filio you eat and the ones you take to school, please? Okay.
So
we're nailing
can you put the both words there, filho and filho, as I wrote
on its way? There we go.
Okay. Yeah. So you have the first one without any accent. The second one, it has an accent. And although the English speaking people, they think, oh, what is the accent doing? I mean, it's just something, a little something on.
We've got this far in our lives without having those on letters. Why are we doing
we
that?
don't need, we haven't any accents, and why do we need accents? So, but it's essential, right? The difference is very important. So you on the first word, you have two syllables, you have two parts in the word, and you don't have any accent. So the general rule is you stress the first syllable, right? So you stress the first syllable, so that's why you say filho. Besides stressing the first syllable, and I know he's teasing Mr. S. That's all he does. He keeps teasing all the time. Yes. I know Pete very well.
It's payback time. Years as a teacher at the other end of things, and now he's getting his own back as a pupil.
I know Pete for a while. So, but anyway, so let's come back to the pronunciation. So filho. Filho ends with the O, and the O at the end of a word is always this sound U, right? So the sound of the O is U. Filho. So you stress the first syllable and you pronounce U at the end. Filho. On the other side, if you have filho, right? Filho. Filho has an accent on the O. So you change everything. You shift the stressed syllable to the last syllable, And the O with the accent, it's no longer pronounced as oo sound. It's not a oo sound. But if you have an accent like that, acento agudo, what does it say? It says that you have to open your vowel.
Open your
isn't it?
vowels first thing in the morning. Absolutely.
So you have to open the vowel and say oh. Let's say oh.
Feel your. Oh, come on, everybody at home.
So-
Filomena knows if you're doing it or not.
Filho. So you stress the last bit and you open the oh. Okay.
Yes. Accents are your friend, as James always tells us, and he's helping here with a filho and filho. I think it's
Filho.
yeah,
Okay.
filho.
So let's repeat both, Carl, Carlitos.
Okay. All right.
Filho.
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 Again.
Filho.
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 Filho. I
Quite
feel
different,
you.
isn't
I'm
it?
feeling you, definitely here. And it means if you get that right, social services do not have to get involved because it's quite a big, it's quite a big difference.
You are not eating any filhos, you are eating filhos.
Yes, good. And long should it stay that way, right? Oh, and Thunderduck with an ow, like James Brown is here this morning as well. Feeling good. Right. Okay. So back to our other
Okay,
example.
back to our pronouns.
Yes,
So, a Maria deu bolo ao filho. So, we can also rephrase that and say, a Maria deu-lhe bolo.
Okay.
Okay? So, a Maria deu bolo ao filho. Maria gave a cake to her son.
Yes.
Or, of course, you can say, Maria gave him a cake, right? Maria deu-lhe bolo. Maria gave him a cake.
Yes.
So, you remember the other sentence that was Maria took him to school?
Yes.
Or takes him to school?
Yes.
Maria leva-o à escola. So, I translated the same him, right? Maria takes him to school. And here, Maria gave him a cake. So why do you have the O and now you have the L?
Yes. So that's the difference, isn't it? So yes.
A Maria
leva-o.
leva-o à escola. Maria takes him to school. And a Maria deu-lhe bolo. Maria gave him a cake.
So why? And could you know the description you gave in Portuguese about this? What could you translate that for us? What is this in English? This this grammatical mechanism.
Direct object and indirect object.
Oh, okay, all right, fantastic. It's that simple in English. Okay,
Clear, very clear.
Yes. So direct and indirect, taking him or the with a definite article. Okay, got it. All right. So what are the rules?
So.
Yeah, okay, right. Let's move on.
Nothing to do with definite article, but okay.
I'm pretending I know what you're talking
Yes,
about.
of course. You are speaking about articles and everything. Yeah.
I was just checking a big grammatical word and move on.
Yeah,
Okay.
just put some words on.
Yes. That's what I do every morning for a minute. Okay.
Okay, but so why this different? Why is Maria takes him to school and this him is u, and Maria gave him a cake, and why is him le? Why it's not u anymore? Okay, I'm going to, before explaining, I'm going to rephrase that. Maria deu ao filho. Can you now put this sentence?
Yes, definitely. Okay, gladly. This is all I have to do this morning.
I'm sorry, but
no, this is fine.
This
suits me. This suits me. Just don't shoot the messenger. I'm just doing what Philomena's asking me to do. Everybody,
follow the teacher.
Yes, exactly.
So, a Maria deu ao filho. What does that mean?
Right, Maria gives it to the boy.
Gave it to her son, right?
Yes.
So now this u is no longer him, but it's it referring to the cake, right? We were speaking about the cake. Yes. So Maria gave it to her son. So when you have this O, the O always, the O, because it's a masculine in Portuguese, but of course, for us, it's him. In Portuguese, it's still him because it's the cake is a masculine. But for you, is it. So this O answers the question what or
Yes.
who. Okay. So who, call Maria.
What's
So-
happening there? Okay. All right.
So the question, if you ask the question, okay, I'm trying to read.
They're not helping, are they? They're not helping. Stop
Okay.
talking, everybody, for a minute and let Filomena explain here. Right.
No, because I think, in my opinion, you have to go step by step for you
Yeah.
to understand well. Because
Yeah.
I could just throw you a few things and say, okay, this is direct object, this is indirect object, and figure it out for yourselves.
No, you're
But-
you're helping us. You really are helping us here, and I think it's true what Sarah's saying here. We're going back to accents for a moment. Once you figure out how accents work, English looks really rude. English doesn't offer any help at all, and English offers no help whatsoever. Only context. Yeah. So we can't look to our own English language
No.
for help necessarily. You just got to learn the rule here, haven't you?
Yes, I agree. English offers no help.
That's
No.
right. Yeah.
No, not in this case. So, okay. So here, as I was saying, let me focus. So, Maria deu ao filho. So I was saying this O is always the answer who or what. So, for example, who does Maria take to school? The son, right? What does Maria give to, or what did she give to her son? The cake. So that the answer is u. So u referring to the cake, or u referring to the son.
Yes.
But
Obviously.
obviously, because in Portuguese it's everything masculine, so it's it, but for us it's him all the time.
Yes.
But in the sentence, a Maria deu-lhe bolo. So Maria gave him a cake. The question is not who did Maria give, but to whom.
To whom? Very
okay?
beautiful turn of phrase.
So
Yes.
the question is, to whom did Maria give a cake? And she gave a cake to her son, right?
Yes.
So, of course, in English, that's why English is no help, because in English you can say she gave her son a cake, right?
Yes.
And but that's why actually English is no help here, because we don't say it like that. We say Maria gave a cake to her son. So
Yes.
to whom did she give the cake? So she gave him, but this him is an indirect object. It's to whom, not just who. Okay.
Yes.
So that is a Maria deu-lhe bolo.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent. And I think that the thing here is, if you're a Portuguese child, you would just hear this, wouldn't you? And you'd adopt it and use it. You wouldn't be learning it as a rule, would you? Like you have to do when you're a grown up or a foreigner. You would pick it up, and this is why it's easier for kids, isn't it?
Although, of course, at school you have to learn all this with the proper grammar names, right?
Yes.
So you have to
It's
know
like the other way around, isn't it? You learn it first, and then it's
then you know the names.
Yes, and then you're given the names of the grammatical mechanisms. Whereas the foreigner has to.
The foreigners, the foreigners, and in English,
yes,
you learn English when you are a child, right? You are a baby, and you are in an English environment. You learn English, but then at school you don't even learn the names. You don't learn the names, or at least my experience with English people is that they are not very into grammar, right? So they don't know the names.
That's such a polite way of putting it. Not very much into grammar.
My experience with English speaking people, especially British, because
so with Portuguese kids, they are learning the grammar.
I think the emphasis, yes, teaching in Portugal
Yeah.
I think the emphasis is put also on the grammar. The children have to know how to identify what's an adjective, what's a noun, what's a verb, what is a pronoun, what, you know, those things. They really have to learn that.
Standard practice. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. And I'm sure it varies in UK and US, but I'm sure you're right. It's probably less and less the case that people are going into what sounds like my fair lady.
No, but because English is very simple in terms of grammar. I mean, English is very, very straightforward, very simple. And so the Portuguese language is so complicated, because it is, that if you don't have anything to guide you, you know, if you don't have something like saying, okay, this pronoun, you use this pronoun when it's an indirect object, okay? And if you don't know what an indirect object is, of course, doesn't say anything to you. But if you do know, it helps you. It helps you to know when to use this le instead of using u.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Very good. Let's stay out of Latin and Greek this morning, shall we, Pete? Instilled a great fear of grammar. English is easy. And Mel says absolutely older English speakers only told the verb, adjective, noun, pronoun, preposition. And I doubt, but not most of the other words. I'm not sure about the youngers, and maybe not even that complex anymore, Mel. It's the space between... Yes. All right, cheer up, everybody. We're past the lunar eclipse and the sun is shining, and we're just learning a little bit about Portuguese grammar.
No, it's not as hard as that. I mean, and I'm not okay. I refer to the grammar name, but I'm trying to avoid the name. Okay, so I'm not insisting on the name. I'm just the most important is, of course, not for you to know the name. It's for you to identify when you should use one or the other, right?
Yeah, very good. So let's have those examples again. Then there we go. Maria levou a escola there, and that's yes, Maria takes him to school. Takes him to school, right? A Maria deu-lhe bolo. So Maria gave him
a cake.
Gave him a cake,
or
a ball, I think. Yeah.
Bolo is a cake,
but not like a football as well.
No, that would be uma bola in the feminine.
Feminine.
Bola.
Forget what I just said, everybody. Don't just forget that. That's not helping. And Maria deu and I want to just say deu in that particular example there. Maria deu ao filho.
Deu ao filho.
Yes, to the son there. There you go. Anything else you want to add to that, Filomena, before we have a little break and look at some cultural things to do in Central?
Yes. No, I mean, of course, the O, you can replace the O by an A if it's something feminine. For example, if she gave, instead of a cake, she gave a ball,
yes,
uma bola, that would be a Maria deu ao filho. Deu the A for the ball, right?
Put the A where the O is there in that example.
Instead of the A, instead of the O, it's just an A, because it's Maria gave it, but it what? The football, right? So deu ao filho, for example.
Okay. And just as we started with a little bit of comedy there, Portuguese isn't difficult, says JMC. Our kids learn it from 1 year old. You see? That's so encouraging. Thank you, JMC, on that. And the question we haven't answered just yet is, and maybe this is what James is talking about, it's in the space between hell, is where you put your tongue. I don't know if that's what he was referring to or not,
Probably,
but Mr. S.
Probably
so
what he's referring to.
Where does the tongue go to say Lia? So have you got guidance for that, Julia?
Yeah, well, the tongue goes to your upper part of the mouth.
Just behind the front teeth. If you're lucky enough to have some, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Also,
yeah. And your tongue is pushing up into the palate, isn't it? Lia.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lia. Okay.
Yeah.
Filio.
Yeah. Filio.
Are you having a problem with that, Mr. S? Put your dentures in, and it might be easier.
Might help.
You see it? Bom dia, GMP. Quando volta, Visio? When I come and see Hugh of Visio, we'll pop see you as well, Manuel Ferreira. Cumprimentos igualmente, amigo. This morning, right? You sent me some lovely things as well that we might go take a look at. Walking in the Pampilhosa da Serra, I think, as well.
Yeah, walking in Pampilhosa da Serra is going to be in May, and it's always a fantastic event that I recommend to everyone.
Okay.
So walking weekend 25. This year between the 23rd and the 25th of May. It starts on the 23rd in the evening and finishes on the 25th at lunchtime. Well, 3 o'clock or so.
And will food and T-shirts be part of this? We certainly hope so.
There will be plenty of food. It actually, some people say it's more a gastronomic festival rather than a walking festival.
With a little bit of walking thrown in.
A little bit of walking in the middle, but not much.
All right, very good. Okay, and I'll put the link so people can.
Yeah, at the moment, Carl, let me just say that at the moment, if you are lucky, you can still get the 20% discount on the tickets. Okay,
so it's a bit of an early bird thing.
If you hurry up, because for example, today is Friday. On yesterday or the day before, the tickets were sold with 40% discount, and they were sold out in less than 24 hours.
Is it possible to ignore the walking parts and just do the eating? James.
Of course you can. Of course you can.
Very good.
You can only skip the walking part.
Right, Professor.
And then Manuel is asking because when you said, and usually when people say this, I don't know why, but they have difficulty in pronouncing. So it's Viseu. The S between the two vowels, the I and the E, becomes a Z sound, right?
Okay.
And then the E and the U, it's like when you say I. How do you say I?
L.
Ew. So it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same sound. So Viseu.
That's why I like to call him Hiel from Viseu. The rain in Spain and the hill in Viseu.
Viseu. Let's repeat Viseu, please, Carlitos.
Viseu.
Now you are saying it in a very posh way, but okay. Viseu.
Hello from Viseu. Okay.
Viseu.
I think we've nailed that now. Pete thinks the walking festival is good as well. Validation.
It is. Yeah. He has been with me.
It is.
It is awesome.
Yeah, I think I've been saying to Pete, I'm sure this is him I've seen on Portuguese TV, and you might be able to confirm this for me if I can find it now. The most excellent picture of Peter. Oh, it's disappeared off my. Oh, maybe that mystery will never be solved. But there's a Portuguese TV personality who looks exactly like Pete, uncannily so. And I thought if I shared it with you, you might be able to. Give me the name of this character, because Pete could open fates and go around the country.
But Pete is unreplaceable. So
that's true.
Nobody,
that is true.
Nobody can imitate Pete.
He is unique. Okay, I have been saying that wrong. What? No, only one thing.
Viseu, probably.
Okay, Leo.
I don't know.
Leo.
Or you, Filho.
Okay, I think Mr. S is having quite a struggle with Leo. Okay.
You and Leo.
And I do love how Manuel spoke to you there, Professora Filomena. So, por favor, I think, diga Viseu.
Por favor, diga. Yes, of course, because he doesn't know me, I don't know him. So he uses diga in a formal way instead of diz. For a friend, it would be diz, D-I-Z. And diga because we don't know each other. So,
very
diga
good.
Viseu.
Grato is like thanks, right? You could just
I'm thankful. Yeah, grato.
Grato. Okay, very good. Other things to go to then in this spring. Oh, before we go there, thank you to Bob for the lunar eclipse picture here as well, and Owen and Bob and Viv, I think, hanging out taking pictures of the moon this morning. Great one from you as well, Bob. Do you feel any different this morning, Filomena, having survived the lunar eclipse?
No, I feel great because it's a sunny day and that's
Yeah.
it.
Absolutely. My hands are hairier for some reason. I was looking at the moon quite a lot. I seem to have woken up with hairy hands this morning. Anyway, so is this like G Caminhada?
No, it's decima, the
Oh, of
10th,
course.
because we use the Roman numbers.
Of course it is. Oh, what was I thinking? Okay.
The 10th
Right.
walking, the
It's
10th
the
year.
Roman numerals there that's throwing me.
Yeah, and then the GDRC means Grupo
Yeah.
Desportivo Recreativo Cultural
Yes.
Pereirense. This
I wasn't
is
even going to try and pronounce that. Yeah,
so a Grupo Desportivo Recreativo Cultural Pereirense is the village of Pereira in Miranda do Corvo. There are lots of other Pereiras in the country, but this Pereira is in Miranda do Corvo. And again, you can just eat and not walk, okay?
Brilliant.
Because every walking involves eating, every walking. So this walking is on the 6th of April. It's a Sunday, and the walking starts at 9 o'clock. They open at 8 o'clock. The secretariado, so the organization. They begin at 8 o'clock to give everything that they want to give to people. And then at 9 o'clock, they start the walking. And because it's Miranda do Corvo, it's in the mountain, right?
Of course.
It's in the mountain.
Yeah.
And Caroline is also recommending the walking in Pampilhosa da Serra. She also has done it with me.
Fantastic.
Yes, there are several walking activities that I have sent to you.
Yeah.
This
Good morning,
one is
Caroline, by the way. Thanks for being here, Caroline.
Hola,
Thanks for your
Caroline.
validation. Yeah.
And this is the 12th.
Of course it
You
is.
see?
I know that now.
X.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So 12th walking, the 12th year. This is next weekend on the 23rd of March. And this is in Espinho, Bate Espinho, Miranda do Corvo. Again,
Yes.
it's not Espinho in the north, but Espinho, Miranda do Corvo, and Miranda do Corvo, Coimbra, right?
Very good.
So this is again starting at 9 o'clock, although the warm-up begins at 8:45.
Yeah.
And so this is also, you can register until tomorrow. And let me just add something. If you look at a poster like this, and sometimes when I tell my local foreigners about these things, and then they come to me and say, but I don't know how much does that cost? I haven't seen anything on the poster. But if you look attentively to the poster, it says there at the bottom, the right corner, the right bottom corner, it says 12 caminhadas, right?
Yes.
12 caminhadas means it costs 12 euros.
Yes, of course.
And
Obviously.
people can't say in a poster like this, people can't say 12 euros because of the taxes, okay?
Yeah, and obviously, whenever a tax official looks at it, they're never suspicious, are they? They just look at it and go, "Oh, that's just 12 walks."
Yeah,
Nothing
just
to see here.
12
Nothing to
walks.
see
So
here.
12 walks.
Yeah. We're not interested. Very good. Excellent.
No, but it's a fact that, for example, here it's 12 steps.
There you go.
Passos,
12 steps.
Those passos, right?
Yes.
And on the other one, on the previous one, 10 passadas, 10. And if you pay after the 31st of March, then it's 12 passadas, 12.
Okay.
But
never put euros on a poster.
Never. You can't find euros on those posters. You have something to do with the activity. So, it can be anything, but because this is walking, it can be steps, it can be walks, it can be, words that are related to the walking.
Right.
So these walkings, they start at 9 o'clock, and it's usually about 10 kilometers, more or less,
Right.
in the mountain. Okay. If you feel it's very hard, sometimes I just start in the middle.
Oh, do you? That's
start,
good.
I
Yeah, used
start
to
in
do
the
that at
middle.
school.
I
Yeah,
just come down.
very good. It's like being at school, isn't it? On the long distance, you run out for a little bit,
I
hide
mean,
behind a tree,
I
and then
go,
walk back.
I go to the top and I just come down. I go by car
Excellent.
and then I come down.
Thank you for that.
And then someone takes me up, or the other way around. Someone takes me up and then I come down.
Yeah,
So so you can either not walk or walk just what you feel that you can walk, and then you can have lunch. And this is not lunch in a restaurant. It's always a lunch that is prepared by the people from the village. So these are villages around Miranda do Corvo, these ones, except Pampilhosa da Serra is another town. But these meals are prepared locally by the local women from the village. And so it's eaten in the village hall or outside if they have a square or something. And
Wonderful.
so it's all about socializing, meeting other people, speaking to people. It's not just walking, okay? It's a lot more than that. So
Thank God for that.
if you like walking, and if you like nature, if you like speaking to people, meeting other people, these activities are excellent for you.
Very good. Good way of meeting people. And yes, enjoying a convivial surroundings and getting a little bit of fitness in there as well. That's wonderful. We're just after 9 o'clock, Filomena. I imagine you've got classes to go to. So just very quickly, we are celebrating. Thanks everybody for all the comments about 5 years of Good Morning Portugal. Filomena, you've been with us for most of that, haven't you? You very graciously.
Yeah, we have started a long time ago.
long time. And a memory from Sarah is when we were in Tamar.
Lovely.
Templar Knights guard the treasure of Spartan FX there. And it does look like Peter, doesn't it? Who's this guy on 6? Don't you think?
Well, é o Carlos Paião. No, I mean, more or less.
Okay, you don't want to say fair enough, I understand. Okay, thank you, muito obrigado to you. And we can echo Manuel's sentiments here, can't we? Para todos vos.
Excelente fim de semana.
Abraços to you. And there was a quickie that came in. Could you talk about the objects that do things like Velo? Should we do that next time?
Well, yes, that is the same, but this L is because of another rule. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Filomena. Have a lovely weekend. Enjoy this springtime weather, isn't it? Well, we've got it. I think there's a little bit more rain to come. We'll have turned the corner. So, muito obrigado. Bom fim de semana. Beijinhos. Abraços.
Beijinhos a todos. Ciao.
Have a great weekend, everyone. Bom fim de semana.
Ciao, bom fim de semana.
Oh, you can have some of this.